Hi everyone. Today's message is going to be about loving yourself. Wow. This is maybe one of the most difficult subjects, even more difficult than being in an abusive situation. Um, and I'm just going to share some things that I've been doing um, to love myself and how it's been changing my life. Um, so basically, it's easy to love ourselves, when we're doing things that's lovable, if you get what I'm saying. And there's for everyone in this world, there's different rules, different ways they grew up, different ways that they were expected to behave, and things that were accepted as lovable, and where people would reach out to you and maybe give you love and affection when you behave in certain ways. But then there's the problem of humanity and the way that our hearts is, and sometimes the most beautiful, specimens of humans has how can I say, dark parts, or parts that is less lovable. And like for instance, say you might be experiencing some anxiety, or you might be experiencing rejection, or you might be wondering, why is someone not phoning me, or why am I not getting that affection, or that attention from someone, and it's actually such a yearning in you that you feel so embarrassed about it. And these parts are not parts we easily share with people. It's like, how are you? I'm just desperately waiting for this person to phone me, but they're not phoning me. It's not the type of stuff we share. And in a way, because we are trying to hide it then, and we don't like it in ourselves, it almost has power over you, because you don't want to feel like this. You don't want to feel exposed and vulnerable and sort of unsavable in a way, in such a way that as I said, you even try and sort of push it down in yourself. You don't even want to see it. So imagine the following scenario. Imagine you are in your room. You are now experiencing immense anxiety because, say, someone that you are very interested in, that's just an example, haven't phoned you or called you in a while, and you are now actually experiencing some type of emotional crisis. And it's just getting worse because you are now aware of this, and you're thinking, oh, this is always happening, blah, blah, blah. Imagine someone walks in there and tells you, listen, this is so amazing part of you. You have such a big heart. And this is something I really like about you. And I wish to just come and connect with you in this space that you are now, in the space of anguish or self-rejection or self-criticization or whatever's happening inside yourself. And this person is just, sitting there and saying, can I just sit with you? I just really enjoy this about you. I just really want to connect with you here. And I really want to love you. I mean, you wouldn't even think such a scenario, maybe. I mean, especially if you're coming from an abusive situation, where if you would have shown any of these weaknesses, that person would have then just used it as a cue to really, really hurt you. And I would encourage you to say, but there are a person in that room that can love you in that way, and that is yourself. I want to encourage you to start loving when you're experiencing maybe an anxiety or overwhelming, or you like, yesterday I actually experienced a thing where I felt I was back where I was, that I was again powerless, that I was again not getting anywhere with my case. And it really helped me to step back and say, I'm going to love you in this way that you're feeling. I'm going to love you. How can I love you? What can I do for you? And it's somehow, it just takes the sting out. Because the moment you're still trying to fight it, and you're trying to separate yourself from it, and you're trying to push it down, and you're trying to not be that person that's feeling like this, not being that sort of, helpless or silly or vulnerable or sort of exposed, whatever, the more it overwhelms you. And the moment you embrace it and say, I love you with this, and there's nothing that you can show me that I'm not going to love. And again, if you can't find that love for yourself, I can suggest you can also pray about it, because one of the fruits of the Spirit is actually love. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're welcome to text me. If I'm not want to preach religion here or anything like that. It's just a lot easier if you can get it from a source. So tell me how this is working for you, and what you guys are doing to love yourself. This is now apart from normal things you can do when you're leaving any situation or just in any way for anybody, is to do something that is loving towards yourself every day. Just one thing. Maybe it's a walk, it's like rubbing your own feet or whatever. Whatever you can do to show yourself love. But I can just say these little moments that I've always found very difficult in myself, things that I've always wanted to hide from people, I've been changing my behavior towards that parts of myself, and it's changed. It's filled me up with love, and it's given me a lot more empathy for people, and a much better way for working with other people. And I hope that I can still grow a lot in this, because I know I still have to grow a lot in loving myself. And I hope you can also really, really start loving yourself. Thank you.